Hi, this is Newson from New Horizons. Today we're going to look at Excel again, but we're going to look at how we can add up stuff across different sheets. We've got this summary sheet here. What we're going to try and do is add up. We've got Northeast Consultant. We're going to add up Northeast in Q1, this sheet here, in B5, in Q2 sheet B5, Q3 sheet B5, and Q4 sheet B5. So we're going to try and add up that cell across all these different sheets in that summary one. Yeah, we have to use a special kind of formula called a 3D formula, but what we can do is use our trusty click and select method to create and build the formula, and that's what we're going to do. Now in the sheet that we want to consolidate, the consolidation sheet, i.e. our summary sheet, what we need to do first before we create any formula is we've got a B in there, so that's the active cell B5, and I've got to type in equals. And because I want to add, I'm going to type the word sum in. So sum is helpful. I'm going to press my open bracket. I'm going to press shift and the 9 to get an open bracket saying number 1, number 2. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click, although you can't see it, I'm going to click on my sheet down here, Q1, because I want to add B5 across all these sheets. So what I need to do first is tell it that I want to start in Q1. And as you can see, it started to build that up. Now how do I tell it to include Q2, Q3 and Q4? Well, what I have to do is I have to hold my shift key down, the shift key on the keyboard, hold my shift key down and then click the last sheet in the range, which in this instance is Q4. So I'm going to click that last sheet, Q4, click on it, and as you can see, look, it's created this funny formula up here, Q1 colon Q4. Basically it's going to include all those sheets, but now I need to tell it what cell I want to add up across those sheets, what I want to sum. And if I click here and select B5, I'm actually done. I can just press the tick, it'll put in the other bracket for me, press that tick or press my enter key, and it'll take me back to the actual sheet where I was going to do the summary. And there it is, sum, Q1, Q4, B5. Now I can take that a little bit further. What I'm going to do now, I'll do it again, so that how did I do it? I typed in equals, then I did sum, then I did my open bracket, and at this stage I had to click on Q1. So I clicked on Q1, right? Then I held my shift key down to select all of the worksheets. Now I've selected all of the worksheets, now I have to select the cell that I want to be added up across all those worksheets, and it's actually B6. So if I click on B6, and then I've said sum, Q1, Q4, all those sheets, the cell B6. And if I press return, it'll take me back to the summary. Now once you've done this once or twice, it actually is quite easy now to actually do that calculation. Now why is this adding up here? Because there's a sum function here which will add up B5 to B8. Does that make sense? So there was a hidden sum function down the bottom here, not hidden, but it's there. Now we know with Excel, if we drag something down, if I go to this part here which is called the fill handle, it will copy the formula, and actually it will keep Q1 and Q4 the same, but it will change that to B7, and that's quite useful for me because when I copy down to Northwest, it will actually be Northwest across all the sheets. So actually by doing it in one cell here, I can actually copy down that result, and it should copy Northwest down, Northwest's results from Q1 to Q4, B7 across all the sheets, and it should do the same for Southwest as well. Drag along there, and there we go, it's all totaled up. And what I can do now is highlight all of these additions and just drag them along, and basically it will change them as I go along. It will change them to C5. Yeah. So if I do that, what I'll do, I'll start with this one first. So if I drag this along now, this will change to C5, D5 and E5, and it will automatically sum up all the cells in the different sheets when I drag. So if I drag this along here, so this will turn to C5, D5 and E5. Let's check that. C5, D5 and D5. And if I really want to be flash, I can do all three of them in one go. I can highlight all of these cells. I don't need to highlight the totals because there's already a sum function in there to sum up the totals, but I can go down here, hover down and drag along and manipulate those formulas and drag them along here, and they'll do the same exact thing. Why does this work so effectively? The reason is that the person that created this made all of these sheets identical, which makes it easier to copy and summarize. I hope that helps, and thanks for watching. Bye for now.